Hello everybody, it's ChristKids time. I'm Pastor Katey.
I'm Miss Krystal.
And I'm Wednesday.
If you are a Christ kid,
Or a Christ kid at heart.
Can you give us a big wave?
Pastor Katey, this week I heard Pastor Virginia is talking about how to be good neighbors or good friends. And in a meeting I was in this week, we had to share how long we've been at Christ Church. I've only been here a little over a year, but it feels like a lot longer because everyone's been so friendly.
I love that. And you're so right, it feels like you've been part of our Christ Church family forever.
I don't know, but I'm also brand new, and I feel like I've been a part of Christ Church for forever too.
Wednesday, we had so much fun meeting you last week. I heard lots of people around the church talking about you, which makes me think maybe the first part of being a good neighbor is noticing and listening when there's someone new.
Everybody was so excited to meet you Wednesday, and they were worried about your worries too.
Really? People didn't even know me, care enough about me to think about my worries?
Yes. At Christ Church, we always want to be good neighbors, and we do that by trying to learn to be more like Jesus each day.
Wednesday, have you ever been a good neighbor to someone new?
Well, I try not to kick my soccer ball over the fence, and I always wave at my neighbors across the street. One day, I even held the door for a lady at the grocery store.
Aw, those are all kind of things we can do Wednesday. But I think Pastor Virginia really wants us to be more intentional about being a good neighbor. Is that right, Pastor Katey?
Yes, being a good neighbor is more than just being polite. It's more than just kind words and staying out of other people's way.
What else could there possibly be?
Well, being a good neighbor means that you take time to focus on other people. It's when someone has a big trouble in their life and you're willing to spend time listening to them talk about it or getting them the things that they need. You've realized that they're sad and you want to find out why instead of going back to play your favorite video game.
It means you pray for them, but you might also bring them a meal or drive them to an appointment or pick them up for church to come to church with you on Sunday.
But I'm just a kid. I can't drive and I definitely can't cook.
True, but maybe you realize your neighbor that you wave at every day doesn't usually have someone else to play with on the playground. So then you go over and invite them to play for Inks Tag with you.
Or you could ask your mom and dad to talk to their mom and dad to see if you could invite them to Sunday school with you.
I guess I could talk to them about how I felt about Sunday school and tell them that it's okay to feel that way, because sometimes I'm nervous too.
Exactly. Or they may just need someone to sit with them and hold their hand while they cry. Or to hear you tell a story about a time when you felt sad too.
Wow, this sounds like an actual story that I can relate to, where I can also help my neighbor. That's neat that Bible stories are for me too.
Yes, Wednesday, the Bible is for everyone, just like everyone can be a good neighbor. This week I hope you'll choose one of those ways to practice being a good neighbor.
I definitely will.
Wednesday, let's say a prayer together before you go practice being a good neighbor. Dear God, thank you so much for friends and for Jesus who teaches us how to be a good friend or a good neighbor. Help us to be brave when we feel afraid and let us notice other people in need of a friend this week. We love you so much. Amen.
Amen. See you next week.
Bye, Wednesday. Now, if you are a baby through second grader here in person, you can meet your teachers in the gathering space. Parents, make sure your kids are checked in and you can pick them up in room 103 after the service. All right, ChristKids, have fun.